Hi, friends. It's Kristina from Creating with Kristina. Welcome to my October Christmas card series, where every day this month I'll be sharing a new Christmas card using the sketches from my card sketchbook. All right, today is day one, so we will be starting with sketch number one. We're going to be featuring the Modern Christmas collection from Stampin' Up! For the first set of cards. Now, if you have your sketchbook, I would encourage you to go get it and let's create this card together. But if you don't have it, it is in my shop. All right. And throughout fall, it is half price. So, like I said, most of you own this. If you ordered back in August, you got a free copy of it. But if you did not, then it is available in my shop, creatingwithkristina.com. Okay. Um, the link's going to also be in the description below. And like I said, we're going to be doing a card a day through the whole month of October. And today is card number one. Now, one more thing before we dive in, and that is October is a very exciting month because I'm going to be building my creative team. A new team member who joins this month can choose between either $125 worth of product for just $35 with free shipping, or make that $189 worth of free product for just $99 free shipping. So I'll share more about that with you at the end. And if you've been looking for a fun, supportive crafting community, there'll be a link in the description below where you can find more information. All right, let's go on and get started. So like I said, we're going to be using the Modern Christmas collection. And I just wanted to show you the paper. Here's just a brief overview of the paper, but it's so pretty. I like to show it a little bigger here. The one side is white, black, and then gold embossed. Look how pretty this is. And there are six sides to that. So gold, black, white, and gold. Then when you flip it over, how cool is that? So it's black and white, 3 black with white and 3 white with black. All right, so great paper collection. And when you order the pack, it's 12 by 12. You get 2 of each of the 12 by 12 sheets. Okay, so that's the paper. The stamp set is Ornamental Wishes and has Merry Christmas, wishing you peace and joy, 'tis the season, be jolly, and some Christmas trees. And then there's a die set that has a beautiful star, a 3-inch circle die, ornaments, all kinds of fun stuff. Now, besides the stamp and the dies, there's also a couple more things there. If you buy the whole entire collection, there's this beautiful black with gold twine or white with gold twine that comes with it. And then also these really cool rings. Now, we will not be using these on the cards. These are actually to make Christmas ornaments. So if you buy the whole collection, that's what's included. All right, let's put all that to the side. Now, like I said, every day we're going to be doing a card. And for the first week, we'll be focusing with Modern Christmas. And then I'll switch to a different suite the next week. But let's go ahead and turn to our first sketch here. It says sketches will include measurements whenever needed. All right. All bases are 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. So that just keeps it easy. You don't have to keep repeating that after every card. So that's for every card here, unless it's designate something different. Also, usually, and sometimes I forget to have it on here, is the first layer is 4 by 5.25. Okay, those are just very traditional measurements. All right, let's move this out of the way and this out of the way. And we are going to pull out the pieces for our card. Now, our base is going to be basic black. All right, there we go. 8.5 by 5.5, scored 4.25. Okay. And then my layer is 4 by 5.25, and that just goes right there. Okay, our instructions tell us to get 6 different 1/2-inch strips. Well, because this designer paper comes with 6 strips or 6 sides, I decided to go ahead and grab the black and gold and white side of the 6 strips. Flip them all over here. Okay, there we go. So I've got my 6 strips, 1/2 inch. I'm going to cut 3 of them at 3 inches and 3 of them at 3.5. Right now, they're all at 3.5 because I want to kind of design my strips first before I commit. And then these 3 horizontal ones will be taken down to just 3 inches. All right, so let's play with that first. I'm going to move my black out of the way and just let me play with the white here for a sec. And in the sketch, you can see these 2 are kind of dark and these are a little lighter. And I did have 2 dark ones, so 1 and 2. So we can use those as our 2 dark ones. Sometimes your paper doesn't lend to this, but that's okay. And then I've got 2 white and 2 gold. So I don't want to put these necessarily together, but I do want them to, let's see, to try to make a pattern here. So we have this, let's see, let's put a lighter one there. I don't know. I'm just playing with it right now. We can put this gold one in the middle. And I'll tell you this right now, because we're going to be putting an element like right here, whatever crosses this over here, it's probably going to get covered up. So you may want to pick a paper that, if you like this gold one here, I definitely want you to see this gold one, and it's the red one here. So I thought that would be cool. All right. Even though I have 2 golds next to each other, I think it looks good. I like this design. So we're going to commit to it. And I'm just going to put these over here. Okay. Because these are the 3.5 inch. These I need to bring down to 3 inches. So I'm just going to collect them. I'm going to take my snips. It doesn't have to be exact. I'm going to come down here. Well, I can't even see where I am. All right. Let's come over here. And we're going to snip it at 3, which is about right there. Grab my fingernail. There we go. Like I said, it doesn't have to be exact. If you're a stickler for exactness, get out your trimmer and trim it at 3 inches. So now I've got these at 3 inches. And how you put this card together, it's very simple. You just follow the numbers. So number 1, right here. Okay. Number 2, right here. Number 3, that's this one over here. Okay. Number 4, going across. See, which one did I decide on? I think I decided on this one. Yep. And then number 5 goes down the middle. And number 6 goes across the bottom. Okay, so then you kind of have a weave pattern there. It's not an exact weave, but it's kind of cool looking. Anyways, however you want to make your weave. Now, I have a little trick for getting this weave to stay together. First I'm going to adjust the strips in a minute, but this is paper tape that is super low tack, and I'm going to hold them together while I lift them up so I can put adhesive on the back. But I'm going to even out my card here. I want 1 to be kind of high, about right there. Number 5 to come down a bit. Hold those with my finger. And number 3 to come back up. All right, so I like that. Let me hold those. Actually, let me go ahead and grab my tape. That'll help. All right, so, whoops, come here. Okay, so that's going to hold those 3 together. Now I can move this. This one's going to come over here. And then this one comes in, sticks out a little bit. And then this one comes out about halfway right there. Okay. All right, now that I've got everybody stuck down, okay, I am just going to put this adhesive tape down to kind of hold everybody. So when I pick it up off the white, okay, there we go. It all stays together. Cool, huh? Now turn it over and we're going to put glue there. So that's just a nifty little trick if you've never seen that before, when you make a cluster and you're like, oh, I need it all to stay together so you can put it on your project. That's your trick. All right. So, and don't put too much glue, just a little bit, but you definitely want to get the ends so they don't fly up. So if you just get like a little dab will do you on each one. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. And now just take it, turn it over. And if you notice, this is pretty close to the top and pretty close to the side. So we will, it looks good. Right there. Yeah, I'm liking that. And press it all down. All right, I'm going to let that sit there for a sec while I get out my sentiment. I want to stamp my sentiment down here in the corner. And I've got a few of them to choose from. Let's see if this one fits. I think it will. Yep, it's going to fit great. All right, so let's use that sentiment. Now you can pick whatever color, but because I'm on white, I'm just going to do black. You could gold emboss if you wanted, but I think black will be fine. So let me grab my black. Oh, there we go. So let's get out our mementos. Oops, I need a block. There we go. Now, if you accidentally mess up, no biggie. You just get out another scrap of cardstock and put it on top. No big deal. But, oh, that looks perfect. Now, let's put our decorative element on here. This should be stuck down good enough to take all this off. Come on. Well, let me grab my tool. Okay. There we go. And remember, even though this is low tack, still be gentle when you peel it off. You never know. It could stick permanently and make a mess. All right. Isn't that pretty? I mean, it's pretty just like that. You don't even really need anything else, do you? I really like that. But no, we're going to put a little something, something. So now this piece, all right, this piece here actually came from the paper. Let me find which one it was. There's a paper in here with trees on it. There it is. First, the second one there. So I just fussy cut that out. And fussy cut just means I took my scissors and cut it out myself. This is a 2 3/8 circle. All right. So that is just going to go right there. And this little sweetheart is going to pop up like that. But that's kind of boring. Let's get some of that fun stuff out that they included in this. Who doesn't love some twine? Let's get that white with the gold twine. I've not used this one yet. Hold on. I hope I'm getting the end here. It looks like it is. Yeah, it is. Okay. Phew. All right. And one thing I like to do is just go back and forth on a piece. So how I do that is I get adhesive. Okay. And I put it on the back. There we go. And then I'm just going to go back and forth several times. So there we go. Usually this is with a ribbon and not twine, but twine works just as well. Okay. And I just put my finger there, give it a finger's width loop. And if you want to do it some more, you know, you want 2 loops. Whoops. Problem is your finger sticks to the adhesive. So kind of lay that there. Whoops. I don't want it to be like right up against it. Let's, yeah, maybe like that. There we go. Now it's kind of separated. And then this one. Okay, and now let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, that looks great. And now my snips. Okay. Love it. Let's get some dimensionals. And now I like to put the dimensionals half and half. So on the paper and the twine to kind of hold it all, give it a little more stability. Okay, we're going to put this on the circle. And then I want to put the circle up too, but I want to make sure I don't put dimensionals where these dimensionals are. So I'm going to put the dimensionals on the edge. That way it doesn't get a double thickness. You're not putting a dimensional on top of a dimensional. They're kind of in between each other. There we go. Okay. looks great. Now let's just finish it up. We're going to just glue this on, not too much, just a little bit. And that just frames it nicely. Now, I promised you a fall card using the same sketch. So let's pull that one out. All right, here's our Christmas one. All right, and here is the fall one. And this used the Gather Together collection by Stampin' Up. And so I just did the same exact weave pattern back here with the designer paper. And then I created a little leaf cluster and put the sentiment. So there you go, your 2 cards. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for crafting with me today. Remember, you can find all these products I used today in this card linked below in the description. In my shop, creatingwithkristina.com, you'll see a link to the shop also. And if you've been thinking about joining our creative team, October is the perfect time. New members can choose $125 worth of products for just $35 or $189. That's almost $200 for just $99. And remember, that's also with free shipping. And when you get your starter kit this month, it's like opening your box on Christmas morning. It's so much fun. Anyways, I will link all that information down below in the description box. Don't forget to check back tomorrow for day 2 with sketch 2. I can't wait to keep creating with you. Bye-bye.